All right, welcome back. I've had a lot of fun telling these stories at realcopstoriesvideos.com. I've got 2 or 3 in there, sad ones where officers were, one was killed when he got in a fight and cancer came back. Another one died on a hunting trip. And this is one of those sad ones, so just kind of relax, get your tissues out. I don't know how sensitive you are to this, but I was working a squad. We had a squad supervisor, and we were gone for the weekend. It was Thursday. We were going to take a 3-day weekend. So I said goodbye to him when he went out the door, and he had some ratings under his arm. He was going to do some personnel ratings over the weekend, evaluations for his fellow subordinates, his subordinates. So Friday, I'm playing golf. I'm on a day off, I'm playing golf, and I get a call from one of my partners. There's 6 of us in there. He goes, "We can't find so-and-so." "What do you mean you can't find our boss? You can't find him." "What do you mean you can't find him?" "Well, he's supposed to be with his wife on a doctor's appointment this morning, and he never showed up. His wife went back to the house. His city car, which he uses, we use city cars, is not there, and he has not accounted for himself." "What do you mean he hasn't accounted for himself?" "Well, he hasn't called in or nothing. He's been gone for like 3 hours, and he's not at work. So we got a whole bunch of guys out looking for him." Okay, now, what I'm going to say right now might sound cold to you, but this is what I said. I said, well, you know what? If the guy doesn't want to be found, there's 2 things. Either they're having an affair somewhere, or he's going to kill himself. That's the only 2 things I can think of. And it sounded cold, but we're officers. We deal in reality here. We don't deal in fairyland, unicorn area. This is real stuff. And he goes, wow, I said, I'm just telling you. So you probably start checking places he used to hang out at and stuff. So I'm trying to direct traffic. But they said, we're already looking for him. Okay, so I said, well, you want me to come out and help? He goes, no, we got like 15 officers from the division looking for him. We got a helicopter up, and we're trying to find him. Okay, fine. Now, the rest of the story, I'll tell you, is what they told me because I wasn't there. A little while after that, they found him. Now, here's what happened. He was going to go in to a doctor's appointment, and he had HIV. He was HIV positive, but nobody knew it but him. The doctor's going to tell him that he's HIV positive at that time. His wife didn't know it. He had 3 or 4 kids. And I guess he had been caught about 8 years earlier, because I know the guy who used to work with him as a partner, and then I worked for him he was my supervisor. He had been caught by another agency chasing prostitutes, and obviously if he chased them means he had sex with them, and so maybe that's where he caught it. I have no idea, but he was HIV positive. Apparently couldn't handle the shame of that, couldn't handle his wife knowing about it, so he drove up to the hills, Angelino Hills, and in a city car, and committed suicide. Okay. There's some sad parts of this. Suicide's bad enough. But one of our guys in the squad drove up that road. I think it's Angeles Crest Highway, looking for him. And they had a helicopter up trying to find him because the car's pretty noticeable. You can, they're checking behind, apartment complexes and parks, places that you would go to hide or do this sort of thing. And so one of my partners goes up there and he sees the car parked at a turnout. It's a city car. It's our car. It's a narco car. It's his car. Because we work with the guy. We know the car. So he gets out of his car, and there's the cars parked here. Here's the road. And there's a big earth mound, so you wouldn't drive off the road. It isn't a barrier. It's a barrier. It's not like a steel barrier. It's just they put a bunch of dirt there, so you can't go over go down the side here. And he's walking around yelling his name. "Oh, so, hey, is this so-and-so? Are you okay?" Boom! Okay, he heard the shot go off. He runs over the berm, and there he is. He put it in his mouth and killed himself. So he runs back to his car. His helicopter nose up in the air, puts out the call, and runs back to his boss. Okay, helicopter puts out a call to everybody. They're all running up there. Call for an ambulance. The helicopter even landed on the road. They got cars that blocked the road. The helicopter to take him away. They could take him away. Well, apparently this officer, my partner, came out and he just went like this, and a couple of cops looked over and they. His back of his head's gone, okay? So, I mean, he's not going to say, this isn't a heart attack, somebody you can actually throw him in there and, no, he's probably dead. By the time Larry got to him, he's probably bled out already, so who knows? So, very sad. So anyway, so we had the funeral, and I gave the eulogy because I was one of his partners. His brother gave a eulogy, and we had a funeral. He was a Army veteran, so we had a funeral over at one of the big hills, and everybody treated like a regular fallen officer, which I have mixed feelings about that, but then again, he had 25 years on. I think he deserved that, even though he committed suicide. It's a gray area there. You don't wonder how that happened. So, and then his wife's brother found out that he had HIV, and then he calls me and threatens me to talk to him, orders me to talk to him And I'm a supervisor. He's a supervisor. He goes, I need to talk to you about him. I said, I'm not. He's already passed away. I'm not going to talk to you. I order you to come and talk to me. And he's from another agency. I go, oh, you order me? Oh, so, So even more? No, I'm not going to. Well, who's your captain? I gave him a captain. Whatever. So I ran down to the office to tell the captain. He goes, I don't order you around. Do you want to talk? No, I have nothing to do with this. Him being HIV positive is not my concern. I didn't know he was HIV positive. Even if he did, I'm not going to tell anybody. That's not a thing you talk around back at, next to, over the water cooler. It's just what happened. You're beating a dead man down. I know you feel bad because your sister might have been infected. Turns out she wasn't. Weird. I think Magic Johnson was the same way. I think his wife wasn't infected either. So, interesting. Sad. Very sad. And for some reason his son came in and wanted his gun, which is even sadder. I guess he got it because the coroner keeps it. We've referred to the coroner, and they don't keep that sort of stuff because there isn't a crime here. Self-inflicted gunshot wound. So I guess he got the gun back. I don't know why he wanted it. He never became a policeman. Just a lot of weird stuff going on there. Really, really weird, but very sad. Very sad. And I giving the eulogy was tough, and then putting him down. So it's kind of sad. But people handle things differently, and he apparently couldn't handle it. So that's life and death, unfortunately. So kind of a sad story, and hope you enjoyed the information on it anyway. See you next time. Bye-bye.